onda, vatos locos? It's your boy Dave in the 702 coming back at you for that Tailgate Talk NFL Week 11. Joining me all the way from the city of brotherly love, Philly Irish, Drew Evo. Kabasa, homie.
What's up, Dave?
Oh, you're all set. We're doing the show tonight. Our NFL Week 11 is on a Wednesday night, hump day. And, sorry, I had a little bit of an echo there, guys. I'm super excited for your division showdown tomorrow. Thursday night football is a banger, and that's why we're on the air today. Then you got Friday, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Drew, I know the fight's not in Las Vegas, but everywhere I drive in Las Vegas has a billboard up for the damn Tyson fight on Friday night on Netflix. We got some great sports tomorrow. We got something very interesting that the whole world might be watching on Friday. Let's get right into that, man. Thursday night football, a showdown of all showdowns for first place. The Washington Commanders coming off a big, shocking last-minute loss to the Steelers. And shout out to that old quarterback. Shout out to Russell Wilson getting it done, Drew. You guys, they could have been ahead of you guys, okay? They could have been ahead of you. This is a battle for first place. They know what defeat tastes like. You guys are red hot. I just looked at the injury report for Thursday Night Football, and the Eagles are looking pretty damn healthy in comparison to even my 49ers. What is your feeling on Thursday? Let me just get the odds up as we start the show. You guys are favored by 3.5 points. A battle for the NFC East. What are you feeling right now?
I think we're going to blow them out. I just have that feeling we're going to blow them out. I just really look at it. Their two offensive tackles are fucking hurt. And I look at a lot of fucking shit. The Eagles have been getting to the quarterback. And this became one of the top defensive lines in football now. And like this defense as a whole has vastly improved before our eyes. They went from the 27th ranked defense to the number 2 ranked defense in a matter of 5 weeks, Dave.
Well, Drew, I'm looking at some of the numbers. You guys have put up 28 plus points in 4 straight games. You're averaging 25.9 points for the entire season. But last week, in a little bit of concern, your offensive line allowed Jalen to be sacked 5 times. That's a shitload of sacks. I'm a little bit concerned about that.
I think the dropbacks are a cause of that a little bit. He held the ball for too long. I think that can be easily fixed. We need to really just keep to what we're doing, identity. And I think we'll be fine. But I think that if we look at it, the defense makes a play when they have to. And when they were on the 2-yard line, Dallas's offense last week, after a turnover, we made them turn the ball right over back to us. And like when we turned it over again and gave it to them, we made a third down stand and forced them to take 3 points. I think now this is the legit Eagles defense. They give up 274 yards a game, which is second overall. They give up 17.8 points a game, which is 5th overall. They're the number 1 pass defense in the league. They're the number 5, I believe, ranked rush defense. They gotten better all phases, and linebacker play, our biggest weakness in defense, has become a strong point of our defense now. Those two are everywhere. I really think, Jalen Daniels can win, but here's the thing. Daniels is, every time, is 3 losses, he had problems with people that can get pressure on him. He's not good outside the pocket. And I really think that him not going to be able to have that much time. I don't think he's going to have a lot of time to throw the ball. I think they're going to throw blitzes at him all night. I think they're going to disguise pressures on him. I think, I'm going to be honest, I think our secondary is the best secondary in the league now.
You think in the entire league or in the entire the National Football Conference?
I think in our secondary is the best secondary in the entire league.
Jeez.
Like, when you got two rookies on that playing two of the hardest positions in football on in that secondary,
right?
Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean as your outside corner and your nickel corner.
Even better than the Chargers?
Even better than the Chargers. You got to look at it like this. They had Howard. Let's look at it like this. Total QBR against these two, 28. That is tops in the cornerback. And if we look at it as nobody's scored a touchdown on Quinion Mitchell yet. His rookie campaign, it went week 10, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Or week 11. He has not allowed a touchdown yet. And he has stuck with he was covering number one wide receivers, Dave. And if you look at all the list of wide receivers he's covered, the highest wide receiver total is 36 yards. Now, Cooper DeJean, minimum 20 snaps. The highest total of yards against him, 36. These two have been locked down. They can play man, they can play zone. And even though people say, like, the scouting report for Cooper DeJean that he's a better zone corner than a man cover corner, he's been playing a hell of a lot better in man coverage than what people think. These guys have high football IQs. The communication between these two.
High football IQ. I know we're talking football, Drew, but now I'm thinking about Mike Tyson on Friday. I'm a little bit nervous about how old he is, and I'm hoping that, that ring IQ, which there's no way, Jake Paul will ever have the ring IQ.
I'm gonna look at it like this, Dave, with that fight. If Tyson doesn't win that fight, boxing is rigged. It was rigged. It's a boxing is rigged.
I was just in somebody's chat just saying that, Drew. I was just saying the fix must be in.
The sport. I'm going to tell you this right now, Dave, and you don't have to believe me if you want to. The sport's life is on the line Friday night, Dave. Do you want to know why? Because Mike Tyson doesn't win this fight. This fight is rigged, and the sport is dead, and the sport lost its credibility. And people are going to look at the future of the sport, boxing, they're going to look at it and say, why the fuck do we even watch it? And we know it's rigged. And
there's some great fights underneath it, I'm going to get right back to football, guys, but today, Drew, I was reading about one of the interviews Jake Paul was doing, maybe it was for Media Workout Day, and he's calling Canelo in Spanish the word puta. Not even a puto, which is a derogatory term for male homosexual in Spanish. A puta, that's a female hoe. He wants to fight Canelo. We gotta get back to football, though.
I know, but look at it like this. Why do they still have Tyson as an underdog?
Because the fix is in. By the way, speaking of betting, because that's what we're doing here. Shout out to Paul. Shout out to SB joining us. You cannot bet on the Mike Tyson fight on every sports book app. Like, there's states that allow sports books. There's a list of states, and it's on ESPN. You guys can go to ESPN. There's a list of states that said you can't bet on this one. Why? There's like at least a handful of states that are saying, oh, no. We're not letting you bet on this.
Here's the thing. If the fix was in, here's the thing. If the fix was in, Mike Tyson would have been a favorite. Jake Paul's the favorite. So they expect, like, they're trying to push it for people. Oh, you know. But the sports lifeline is on the line this week.
Absolutely.
And I think people need to agree with that point. Because if Mike Tyson does not win this fight, the sports is rigged.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of goes back that influencer boxing is greater than real boxing. But
yeah,
I digress. Sorry, Andrew, go ahead.
And the fucked up thing is that Mike Tyson let it happen.
Mike.
If it does it.
By the way, guys, I patronize a dispensary. I shouldn't be saying that. Here in Vegas, Drew. And Mike Tyson has an amazing marijuana line that he makes the majority of his income from now, aside from his podcast. They had a Mike Tyson full-size cutout. And I asked, it was several weeks. I was like, what are you doing with that? You guys want to keep that? They're like, hell no, we don't want that. I may end up getting that Mike Tyson cutout. Wouldn't that be some shit if I can get it? I'm actually going to go visit them and see if they're done with it, if I can have that Mike Tyson full-bodied cutout, as I think it would look awesome back here. Now, shout out to Card Shop Reality. Back to the game. Thursday night football, Drew. Philadelphia Eagles, you're favored by 3.5 points. The over's 48.5. Do you cover the spread? Because I'm going to go ahead and say you guys will cover the spread tomorrow night.
I'm thinking the Eagles are going to win 38.
38-2, because the over is 48. 48.5.
I'm going 38-16.
Damn. All right. You would more than cover the spread.
You got to look at it like this. Washington's defense is average at best. And they're an average defense. And I think we got to look at it as, you know, they're an average defense. And I think this offense is gonna really take control of this game. I think the game's going to be competitive for a quarter and a half. But at halfway point through the second quarter, I think the Eagles, this is where the Eagles take over. The pressure that comes. And they start dialing up the pressure on this kid to see where he's at, to make him beat him with his arm and not his legs.
There you guys have it. There you guys have a very thorough analysis by Drew Evo, his team, Philadelphia Eagles. They play tomorrow on Thursday Night Football, 8:15 Eastern time. That's why we're doing the show today, Drew. Here's the full schedule for Sunday morning, including the Monday Night Football game. Let's get on to the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love versus Chicago. And Chicago is a hot mess, Drew.
Oh, man.
Chicago's
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, 4-5. He's throwing absolutely off. He's playing absolutely awful. It's almost like he's afraid of throwing the ball and making a mistake at this point.
Here's the thing with Caleb Williams, man. I never thought he was that good. I don't understand. Here's the thing. Remember we were talking about the draft, Dave?
Right.
And I said early on that Caleb Williams, how the fuck is Caleb Williams going to be the number one pick? I don't think he's that good.
Right.
Because if you look at it, in the big games when he was at USC, this dude was a turnover machine. This dude, let's do top 10 scores. When he faced top 10 scores, Dave, this dude averaged at least 3 interceptions a game in college. Now, I didn't think he was a number one pick. I did not think he was a number one pick. I didn't think he deserved it. I didn't think he's that good. I still don't think he's that good of a fucking quarterback. Here's the thing. How can you have all these weapons around you and you are not that fucking good to still? Here's the thing. Here's another question. They got a somewhat good defense, Chicago. How do you have Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Swift, all in your offense, and you cannot play good at all? Come on. How the fuck you score only 3 points against the New England Patriots? How the hell do you score 15 points against the Washington Commanders?
Well, here's an interesting number. 23 drives without a touchdown. That's what Caleb Williams – it's so bad the Bears actually fired their offensive coordinator. Bears are in a very tough division, Drew. They're at 4-5. Obviously, it's a deep division. Lions 8-1, Vikings 7-2, and the Packers 6-3. I'm just gonna go out and say it. Obviously, the Bears, despite what Paul M, the king of upset, in the chat says, I think the Bears don't stand a chance this week. And
No.
looks like, let me see here. It looks like, yeah. On top of that, the Packers are coming off the bye week. On top of that, too. So let's look at the odds here. Packers favored by 5.5 points. I think they do about 10. The over is 40 and 40.5. I think they definitely could. I think Chicago Bears, like you said, probably, Drew, they're not going to score very much. Maybe I wouldn't do over 40.5 points, but Packers take this game. They cover the spread. How about you?
I picked the Packers with the spread, but I'm hoping, like, before the bye week happened, there's a really bit of concern about Jordan Love playing hero ball, like forcing shit. And I hope that he's over forcing shit in this, But I'm picking them to cover the spread. I actually kind of think this is going to be a close game. But
okay.
I think Caleb Williams is not. I don't know. I think this coach did this as a scapegoat. I think he's going to wind up getting fired at the end of the year.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Card Shop says Bears literally hired a 2-win offensive coordinator. All right, Drew stepped away, guys. Hopefully he gets to come back. We've been having some issues with Skype, which is what I use to work with Drew here on this app. Hopefully he pops right back in. But if not, let's move on to the game that has the biggest spread on Sunday morning. I'm talking about the Detroit Lions, red hot Detroit Lions. In the power rankings for week 11, obviously they are ranked number 2 right behind the Chiefs. And this game has the biggest spread. Detroit Lions versus Jacksonville Jaguars. It looks like Trevor Lawrence is questionable. How worse can it get for the Jacksonville Jaguars? The Detroit Lions playing incredible ball. Even though was it him? Was it Jared Goff that got intercepted 5 times? Was it him? I forget, guys. But anyhow, the spread on this one, Detroit Lions is -13. Favored by at least 2 touchdowns to cover the spread. I think they're going to well cover the spread. I think it's going to be a blowout. Can Jacksonville even put up 7 points, 10 points? Anything? Can they do anything? Over is 47. Jacksonville's going to have to score. Again, we don't know who the quarterback is. Can the Jacksonville Jaguars pull off the unthinkable? Most likely not. How bad is Jacksonville's woes here? Let's look at the stats here. Jacksonville is now 2-8. If they're going to be at the bottom of the pack, what are they going to be looking for when they rework this team at the end of the year? This is so bad. This is absolutely bad. For a team that was playoff quality last year, they've actually gone in the complete opposite direction. Let me just double check. It says Drew is connected, so I'm presuming he walked away. I'll get his opinion on that game later on. Yeah, thanks, Card Shop. Yeah, I was trying to remember if it was him. How did you win that game? 5 interceptions. Damn. 5 interceptions last week, and yet he came away victorious. That's pretty impressive for the Detroit Lions. And I'm a big fan of watching them play, guys. Jared Goff was a Bay Area kid. Obviously, he played at Cal Berkeley. I always enjoy watching him and rooting for him, even though I'm a Niner fan. I like California kids, watching them play and professional ball. So I'll move on to the next game, and then I'll get Drew's input when he comes back. Let me just double check on the Skype thing. Generally, this thing is really, really steady, but the Skype hasn't been lately. And I may changed it. Shout out to everybody that's in here that might watch the Finney the Legend show yesterday. I dropped by just to say what's up, and I appreciate any love that you guys showed me over there. Still debating whether or not I want to get into that mix and actually speak on it and actually make an appearance. If you guys don't know, Finney and Derek Ware and I, including Drew, we had an awesome show. We did a couple of football shows about 1.5 years ago, and they were just great. They didn't catch on. I guess nobody knew about it, and it'd be great. It'd be great to do that again and involve more people and have a larger audience. especially with Derek's input being a former professional player for the Cardinals. So let's move on to the next game, guys. Minnesota Vikings just barely getting. Now all of a sudden, Sam Darnold, talking about San Francisco 49er, former Niner player. Sam Darnold is now suddenly not playing so great, but yet he's getting the job done. He finds himself playing the Titans this week. 7-2 Vikings versus the Titans that are 2-7. I don't care how bad Sam Darnold plays. He should not lose this game on Sunday morning. Let's look at the odds here on that game right there. Where is that game? Where is that game? Minnesota Vikings only favored by -6, according to DraftKings, the over being 39.5. They should have a much larger spread than that. Obviously, I'm going to pick them to cover the spread, but man, they should be well ahead of that. They should be scoring 2 touchdowns. Drew, is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Car Shop says if I get Finney on here, you'll join the panel. Yeah, I definitely want to have a larger panel with sports fans from all over. I think it'd be great, Drew, if we had up to 6 people doing this shit once a week. That'd be awesome to have a large input. And also, nowadays, guys, you guys see Finney uses StreamYard. I do have StreamYard. We don't use it, but with StreamYard, they got a cool feature now, Drew, that one person that's putting on the show, producing it, can just share it with other YouTube accounts. And that other YouTube account could just put it on their channel. So you could be streaming across everybody that got a channel. It could be on your channel. That would be a great way to do this tailgate talk. Just one person running the show, but it's on everybody's channel. That way nobody feels like, why am I doing your show? I'm not getting the views. What's in it for me? Well, that eliminates that. That's a great feature. Champy says, Vamos Cardinals. I'm a Niner fan, but you know what? I have to give it up to the Cardinals. They're playing red hot, and I believe you guys are having a bye week. So the 49er game is going to be incredibly important for Cardinal fans to watch because it determines who's going to be in first place this weekend, I believe. So we'll get to that game shortly. And, yeah, the Cardinals are playing incredible. Like I said, shout out to Finney. He's a big Cardinal fan, goes every week and whatnot. Drew, I didn't get your analysis real quick. Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Detroit Lions.
Oh, come on, Dave. You got
All right. And the next one I was just talking about, Sam Darnold hasn't been playing that great anymore, but the Vikings are still 7-2. They beat the 49ers. What can I say about that? Sam Darnold, former backup quarterback to Purdy. They're playing a team that's 2-7 in Tennessee Titans. Titans have been 2-7. I think I just saw that stat something like 9 times in the past 15 years. So they covered the spread. The spread is only 6 points.
Yeah, they cover it. I think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a blowout because Tennessee does have a good defense.
All right. Well, shout out to their defense, Drew. Next game on here, let's double check real quick. But this one is going to be probably, actually, let's get to the Las Vegas versus Miami. Las Vegas Raiders. Oh, God, they're having such a tough time. But Tua got the job done, right, the other day in Miami. This one, people were saying is pretty close. The spread in Miami is favored by 7 points. I just can't see the Raiders. Could they pull it off? I mean, Tua's starting to play a lot better, Drew. I just don't see it, man. I just don't see the Raiders beating a team like even Miami at the moment.
I think the Raiders are going to win. I think Miami's going to win. What the fuck am I doing?
Miami. All right, where you going with Tua? Let's move on to this next game. This one is exciting to talk about. Okay, Baltimore Ravens versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's going to be a good game. You got Russell Wilson coming off a massive win over the Commanders. Had the Commanders gotten past Russell Wilson, but, we talk about veteran experience, and that's absolutely something that's going to come into play Friday night with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Veteran experience, high IQ. He got the job done against the young Washington Commanders team. This determines a lot, Drew, because the Ravens' defense really isn't as great as their offense. The Ravens' defense doesn't look as spectacular. This is a game where Pittsburgh is not favored. They're the underdog by 3 points. This is one where I might finally go for the underdog. Where's Paul M with the underdog pick on this? Baltimore Ravens, Pittsburgh Steelers. Drew, what's your take?
I'm taking the +3 with the Steelers. I think the Ravens got the worst pass defense. I look at it like this. I don't think they got the worst pass defense, the Ravens. I just don't think, like, on defense, they're going to, like, be able to fucking do anything. And I think Pittsburgh's defense is a hell of a lot better than Baltimore's defense. So, you know, I'm picking Pittsburgh. I'm going to take the +3.
Steelers are in first place. Ravens have 3 losses. This is a battle for the AFC North, just like tomorrow's game on Thursday Night Football. This is one that's must-watch football. I'm definitely going to keep my eyeball on this game, Steelers versus Ravens. I agree, Drew. I think the Steelers are going to walk away with this. I don't know. They're not favored, man, but I think they upset the Ravens here.
You know, Dave, you do these videos about reviewing restaurants and everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a little review on these little butterscotch crimpets.
What do they show everybody? Tasty cake. Butterscotch?
Butterscotch crimpets.
I swear to God, I've never seen those out here on the West Coast. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. Nah. They good? They good with milk? They good with coffee? They just good as is?
No, these are good as is.
Show me one. Just pull it out the thing so I know what it looks like.
I'm going to show you one real quick. The best thing to do with these, put them in the refrigerator.
And then let them get cold?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Fucking slamming.
Drew, reminds me, I had a friend, my friend High Pitch Eric, who used to always eat Twinkies. He literally always had a bag of Twinkies, but those look a lot better than Twinkies, that's for sure. All right.
Yeah.
All right, where are we here in the schedule? We already said Raiders versus Miami. LA Rams versus New England Patriots. The quarterback for the Patriots is starting to surprise me, Drew. And the LA Rams, obviously, they're in the NFC West with the 49ers now 4-5. They played pretty damn hot garbage last week. Let's look at this. Patriots are not favored. I actually think the Patriots might pull off an upset here, too, on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. What about you?
I don't see it.
Nah, you got the Rams covering the spread?
Yeah, I got the Rams covering the spread. Like, yeah, you got away with Chicago because, you know, the quarterback sucks, but different story with the Rams.
All right, now the last game, Sunday morning, Cleveland Browns versus the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are only favored by a point. What can you say about this game? Yeah, last week I had mistaken. I thought the Saints, I had forgot how decent they are.
I picked the Saints over the Browns. Both teams suck.
What's going on here with this here real quick? Just to remind everybody, the Saints are... No, I had it wrong. No, I'm not talking about the Saints. Saints are 3-7. It's the Falcons that I had misspoken on. Yeah. So you're picking Saints on this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, both of these teams are hot garbage. All right, let's move it on to the 1 o'clock games. That's okay. Now we got Falcons here. We got the Falcons versus Broncos at 1 o'clock. We have the Seahawks versus the San Francisco 49ers. And we got Kansas City Chiefs versus Buffalo Bills. I think the majority of America will be interested in that game to see who is the top of the food chain in the AFC. That is a great game. Absolutely great game. Let's get started with San Francisco 49ers, Drew. They're playing in Santa Clara, California, my old hometown area, you know, the 49ers. They are playing what it appears there's going to be a storm rolling into town. Potentially this Saturday and Sunday is what I was reading. And there's going to be a concern, obviously, about McCaffrey, who's now back in action. Played a lot of ball last week, but anytime there's a wet turf, you know, you risk injuries. So that may turn out to be a little bit of a concern. But look, this division rival game with the Seahawks, they started off the season in first place, the Seahawks. Now they're struggling, just god-awful. The 49ers are finally back, you know, winning games. They've got the majority of their players back. The wide receiver Pearsall, the guy who got shot, finally got his first touchdown. Everything is starting to kind of click. You know, I do have a lot of concerns with the San Francisco 49ers special teams. They botched one of the punt returns for a major turnover. Last week, Moody missed 3 kicks. 3 kicks. It was a miracle he got that last one. And if you guys remember, Moody, the 49ers kicker, had been gone for several weeks. They had to hire a replacement kicker because he just about tore his ankle. I'm still kind of iffy about Moody. I'm going to be real. If it's wet and it's raining and this guy has an ankle injury and he just finally returned and he missed 3, that could play a factor into this game, Drew, missing basic field goals. You know, the 49ers have had a lot of problems this year in the red zone. They just have. So we absolutely are going to rely on this kicker to make these kicks. Again, the Seahawks are just playing not so, I mean, they're not playing Geno Smith. They ain't playing that great, man. 49ers are favored by 6.5. I think it's going to be a tough West Coast Classic game. Seahawks are going to put up a fight. 49ers win this game. They're just going to barely cover the spread. And almost every pundit has the Niners winning this game.
I think they're going to win, but the one thing I'm concerned with is the Niners defense. They're giving up points.
Yeah, Bosa had some missed tackles. I will say this about the 49ers. There's a player on the team, the cornerback, Lenoir. Lenoir has done fantastic. He's one of the top cornerbacks in the league. Homeboy just signed today, or yesterday, the news broke. I think he signed a 5-year extension for $90 million. Yeah. Shout out to him. Huge. $90 million for 5 years makes him one of the highest paid cornerbacks. I think that's correct, guys. If anybody knows how much Lenoir signed his contract extension for, that just broke yesterday. He is one of the best. There's some stars on that defense, Drew, but there's a lot of holes on that defense as well. You're right, Drew. Not the defense that got the 49ers to the Super Bowl last year. Not at all. Especially special teams. They need to really, really work that. And I got to be honest, I don't think Shanahan is I think he plays it too safe too often. Offensively. And you would know because you guys have one of the best offensive coordinators with the Eagles.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think he plays safe enough when it comes to protecting the lead. Like you don't want he throws the ball on trying to protect the lead instead of won the ball. That's what cost them the Super Bowl. That's what cost them a couple Super Bowls. That's what cost them an NFC title game. So.
All right, we did discuss this one real quick, Drew. Atlanta Falcons versus Denver Broncos. I don't watch much of either of the teams. I know Atlanta Falcons are sitting pretty at the top of their division. They're not favored. Denver Broncos are favored to win this game.
I'm picking the Broncos.
You like what you see from the Broncos?
Broncos defense is good. I think Bo Nix is starting to come to his own.
I do agree with that. Yeah, Bo Nix is starting to play a lot better.
So I'm picking Broncos.
Now the Broncos are, just double check here real quick, according to DraftKings, the Broncos are favored by 2.5. Well, I'm just going to go, Drew. I'm going to go with Drew on that one for the Broncos to win this game. They are the favorite. Let me know what you guys think. Paul also says Broncos. So, all right, the game of the Sunday, this game's at 125. This is the best game on Sunday, I think, obviously, is going to be, can Patrick Mahomes keep it up? Drew, Pacheco is rumored to be back, and obviously they already added a wide receiver. Now they're going to have a running back come back. Pacheco, a big playmaker. Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills. Where are they playing this game, guys? Is this at the Bills? I think it's the Bills, right? Obviously, the two best AFC teams come toe-to-toe this Sunday. Paul says no to the Swifties. Will they freaking be undefeated this season? Will they go to 10-0, or will the Bills and Josh Allen get it done? I mentioned it just a couple weeks ago. Josh Allen is a fan of the San Francisco Giants baseball team. Shout out to Josh Allen. I'm rooting for Josh Allen. Oh, hey, Bills Mafia for me. Bills Mafia for me any day. You ask any Niner fan, they Bills Mafia this Sunday. Drew, can they do it? Let's look at the odds real quick. Buffalo Bills favored by 2 points. A field goal will cover the spread. What do you think, man?
I'm going with the Buffalo Bills.
I have to go with them. Card Shop says I'm not picking Buffalo. It is at home in Buffalo. Will it be cold? Does anybody know the weather report for that? I love seeing games. It's pretty early, but the weather out there in upstate New York can get pretty wild. So not that the Chiefs can't play in cold weather, but it is at Bills territory. They're favored. You know, Patrick Mahomes is going to have that extra weapon, Drew. Does it matter?
I just don't see it.
All right. Let me know what you guys think. We got a couple of people here saying Bills won't do it. Will do it. That is the game of the week at 1:25 p.m. I can't wait for that game. Sunday night in prime time, Joe Burrow, Cincinnati Bengals. I think the Bengals are a scrappy-ass team. Then you got L.A. Chargers, obviously, former 49ers coach. Their defense is top-rated. L.A. Chargers favored by 1.5 points. But you just can't count out these Bengals, man. They almost beat the Chiefs the other day. They almost beat everybody, Drew. That's the thing about the Bengals. Sitting at 4-6, I could easily see them being 6-4, losing some very, very close games. Chargers, shout out to my boy Fonzie. I don't know if Fonzie's listening, but shout out to the Chargers fans. Who's going to win this game?
I'm going with the Chargers. The Chargers' defense is really good. They give it the least amount of points. They're top 3 in the league. So I'm going Chargers on this.
Defense wins this game. I'll agree with you, Drew. And it sucks for the Bengals. I think they're a lot better team than what their record indicates. A lot better than what their record indicates. Now, this brings us to Monday Night Football, guys. We're almost wrapped up. If you haven't hit the like button, make sure you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell notification. If you got a burner account, which who doesn't have a burner account, just subscribe from the burner account too. Help us out, guys. Trying to grow the channel. We're trying to get more people involved, and we do have a larger Vegas community we could tap in. Let's let them know, hey, let's come over here and talk football once a week. Let's make it fun. Let's make it funny. Let's do this. Monday night, Drew, Dallas Cowboys. Their woes just keep getting worse and worse, Drew. I'm actually thinking that they should play on Monday. They should try out Trey Lance, the former 49er first-round pick. They should try him out. That's how bad things are for the Cowboys. Give the kid a chance.
But you know what, Dave? Yeah, you had CeeDee Lamb playing that game against the Eagles, and they completely shut him down. These rookies completely shut him down. He was only held to 35 yards receiving and 6 receptions. And the Dallas offense was only held to 47 yards passing for the whole game. So, I don't know. Here's another thing. And let's look at it like this. The Dallas Cowboys have never beaten the Houston Texans.
Damn. And they most certainly aren't going to do it on Monday Night Football. I can't believe that they're in the situation they are. The Cowboys are in the situation they are.
I do. I seen this. I foreseen this was going to happen.
This game's in Houston, right? Because Friday,
yeah.
It's in Houston, right?
Look at it like this, Dave. When you don't make no moves in free agency, and your only big moves in free agency was resigning your quarterback last minute and resigning your wide receiver last minute, and you've done nothing to improve your offense, your defense, or anything, what did you expect was going to happen? What did you expect will happen? That they will mysteriously play well still? No. This was the team that played the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs in Dallas Stadium, the team that got blown out, that had a 50 burger almost dropped on them.
Yeah, I was just thinking, the Mike Tyson fight is Friday night at Dallas Cowboys at Jerry Jones' stadium. So there's no way they could turn around that whole boxing. Maybe they could, working 24-hour shifts to get it ready back for football. But yeah, that's the Arlington Stadium is the home of the Mike Tyson fight this Friday night. Again, if you guys don't know, it's free on Netflix. Obviously, they're not going to turn it around in time for Monday Night Football. Maybe they would have. Who knows? Who knows? I definitely have the Cowboys getting blown out. I think they're going to cover that spread way more than that. So we'll just run through these games real quick in case you missed it, guys. Here's the bet slip. Thursday night, which is tomorrow night, Drew's battling for first place against the Washington Commanders. And Drew, obviously, he picks Eagles. All right, Drew. Green Bay versus Chicago. Again, you picked
Green Bay.
I'm going with Green Bay and Jordan Love. Jacksonville versus Detroit. A no-brainer, Drew.
Detroit.
All right. Minnesota Vikings versus the Titans. Another no-brainer, in my opinion, Drew.
Minnesota.
All right, this one might be a toss-up. I am doubting the Las Vegas Raiders, guys. In case you didn't know it, I'm a Niner fan, but they don't have Niner license plates available in Las Vegas. And if you ever see me driving one of my cars, you're going to see that it has a Raiders plate. It does. I'll admit it. I got a Raiders custom plate on my car. Drew, this is a pick'em game. Miami Dolphins or Raiders?
Oh, Miami.
All right. Well, maybe it's not 50-50. I'm favoring Miami as well. LA Rams versus New England Patriots. That young quarterback starting to do things.
Rams.
Browns versus New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Baltimore versus Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, that's a great game too this week.
Steelers.
All right. I'm going to go with the Steelers as well. And Wilson. And the older quarterback, can he get the job done? Will Mike Tyson get the job done this weekend? Indianapolis Colts versus the Jets. We didn't cover that one, but let's go just ahead. The Jets have been playing like shit. Colts also playing like shit. Who you got on this one?
Hold on. Gotta do this the right way. Because they both suck. They both been playing like shit. Hold on, Dave.
And this is what I don't understand. Speaking of Las Vegas Raiders, I don't understand Devontae Adams' rationale. I mean, I know he wanted to play with his old quarterback, but he goes from the Raiders to a team doing not much better. A coin toss.
Gotta do it.
A coin toss for the Jets game. How did I miss that game?
Jets.
All right, I'm going with the Jets too, Drew, on that one. Moving on to that game, one last time, Falcons versus Denver Broncos. I think we both picked the Broncos, right?
Yep.
All right, San Francisco versus Seattle. I don't think I asked you. Who you got on this one? Man, and Drew, San Fran came through last week on your parlay, I believe. You picked the San Francisco 49ers. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills. Oh, man, you know majority of America is going for Kansas. They're not favored, though.
I'm going with the Bills.
I'm going with Buffalo Bills, and they're the underdog. I should put some money on that one. I should put my money. Lamont Curry, shout out to you. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and join us every Wednesday. He says Steelers for life, man. We picked the Steelers winning this weekend. They played an incredible game against the Washington Commanders, helping my co-host, his Philadelphia Eagles, keeping them in number one. Steelers, go Steelers this weekend. All right, Kansas City versus Buffalo. We covered that one. Finally, Bengals versus Chargers. Drew and I both picked the Chargers. And Monday Night Football, it's obvious, guys. Monday Night Football, Cowboys ain't going to catch no break. Paul M says Ravens. He's put his money on it. Ravens. He says the Ravens are going to get the job done this week. That's all I got for this week, man. Drew, any final thoughts? We won't be back till Monday. But I'm thinking, Drew, some people have asked me, they're like, you're going to be home. Why not have a watch party for the Mike Tyson fight? Obviously, I live really close to two major casinos, Drew. I live right down the street from South Point and Silverton Casino. I just found out that the Silverton is not a free party. You got to pay for that. Why the fuck would I pay for that? It's on Netflix. I can watch the Tyson fight on every TV in my house. But the South Point is free at the sports book. That might be interesting. But really, people are asking, why isn't the Shoe Shine doing a watch party? And I'm thinking about it. So I'm going to put up a poll tomorrow on our community page if we should just have a watch party. Everybody's going to be watching it, but it would be nice to potentially have our commentary, Drew. Let me know what you think. I'll put it up. And by the way, there's going to be a lot of boxing channels doing watch parties. I know it, Drew. If I do it for at least the co-main and the main, hopefully I'll have you come in for one of those fights.
I'll be watching the living room, Dave.
All right, guys. I'll put it up in the poll. We'll see. I may or may not do it. We'll see. I like to just be in the zone too myself. But I mean, it's such a big event. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, Lamont, for subscribing. Appreciate everybody joining Tailgate Talk Week 11. We'll be back Monday night for sure for the Shoe Shine, our boxing recap. Don't forget, there's also Latino night in Saudi Arabia. Drew, real quick, I saw the public workout. I know there's a lot of people hating on Turkey al-Sheikh and everything that Saudis are doing. They just bought the Ring magazine, Drew, but they built the whole fucking fake Mexico in Saudi Arabia. It's incredible. They built the fucking pyramid. How do you hate on that? They built a pyramid for Latino night this Saturday on the Zone for Oscar De La Hoya's Gold. They built a pyramid. They built a fake Mexico. I'm Dave in the Saddle Tooth. All right, Drew. Anything else? All right, we all good, man. We'll see you guys next Monday. Appreciate y'all. Until then, God bless. Everybody take care. Peace.